Statesman Nation. We're here with Coach Todd Hafner as we're previewing Senior Day week here as Graceland coming to town for the final home game of the year. Coach, we'll recap Benedictine here first, but we'll definitely get into talking about the seniors and all they've meant to the program and all of that. So first off, Benedictine kind of knew we were going to have to play a near spotless game, and unfortunately had some mistakes. And overall, the stat lines didn't look that bad, but you had some turnovers, and they just had a couple hot streaks. You take the first and fourth quarter, kept them up. You didn't even score, but they just had two hot streaks there in the second and third quarter.
Well, and their hot streaks were, attributed or contributed by us turning the football over. Correct. And we talk about that all the time. And it was they scored their first touchdown in the second quarter. They kick off to us. We immediately turn it right back over to them on the kickoff return. They score again. Then we get the ball and drive it all the way down. Get it inside the 10 and right before half and have a turnover. Even if we just get three, we at least keep the momentum. Exactly. We get the ball after halftime. Instead, we turned it over. They kicked off to us, and on the third play or second play, we turned it over again. And so it kind of snowballed. It kind of snowballed on us, and then we controlled the ball for 36 or 37 minutes of the game, which was one thing we needed to do in order for us to be able to win. But the other two components, we need to score when we get in the red zone, and we can't turn it over, and we just didn't do a very good job of those. And so. They're a good football team, and when you give them extra chances and you give them opportunities on their side of the field, then typically things don't go your way.
Yeah, exactly. Let's get right into Graceland. Yep. I'm sure you don't want to talk about Benedictine.
No, I mean,
anymore,
it was really, except for that, about 8 minutes of football, we really played good, and I thought we played great. We played great team football. Our kids were into the game, and we just had that one stretch, that really hurt us. And we can talk about Graceland anytime we want.
That's right, exactly. All right, this is going to definitely be a situation of two teams that like to play completely different styles. They're going to throw it. They get some yards running, but probably just because everybody is so spread out, trying to cover their receivers and everything. But they lead the league in passing, and obviously we want to smash mouth football you for 60 minutes. So two completely different styles, and in the past it's gone our way. I guess what are you looking at for Saturday?
Well, I think the two contrasting styles are obvious, but I think we both are trying to do somewhat the same thing. We're trying to get the ball to our best players, and try and get people in one-on-one situations. Whether we hand the ball to the fullback, we're blocking everybody most of the time until we get to the third level, and then our fullback's one-on-one. Well, they're just trying to throw it to somebody and block everybody and put their guy in a one-on-one. And I think that the biggest key for us defensively on Saturday, there's a couple. One, we need to put pressure on their quarterback. But number two, we have to be able to make one-on-one tackles. And I think that if we can do those two things, with the latter making one-on-one tackles is going to be key to us, having success on defense. And they're offensively. We watched the Peru State game, which is who they played last week. We really worked hard on breaking that down, and I think when it comes right down to it, they did a good job of making the guy that they wanted to have the ball get the ball. And so Peru State turned it over 6 times, and they did a great job of creating those turnovers. Most of them were forced, and so again, it's going to come back to us being able to hold on to the ball and control the clock and all those things. But I think the biggest thing for us is don't let them be disruptive. Let's try and be disruptive to them.
Right, definitely. They are in a situation that they throw the ball a lot, but they don't get obscene amount of yards or anything that they do like to nickel and dime you, and like you said, look for an opportunity that someone will miss a tackle and then they could bust a short gain for a big gain or whatever. Defensively, you kind of already alluded to it. As always, being disciplined on offense and making sure you're doing what you need to do.
And they're young on defense. We look at their
much younger on defense than they are on offense.
And that's right. But their young kids are playing really good football. You could see it on film last week. They were. They haven't had the season that they wanted, I'm sure of it, but the kids are playing inspired football. They play with a lot of enthusiasm and energy, and you have to believe that some of that's just youthfulness. You know,
right.
they're out there just playing football, and so you know, they've gotten better each and every week on defense, and you know, I think that, you know, if you give them opportunities, you let them stay in the game, and you know, you turn it over a couple times and give them that reason to be energetic, then it could be a long day.
Right.
But I think if you get on them early, because they're young, you know, you get on them early and that you make them start to question what's going on, then I think you set yourself up for a lot more success.
Right, definitely. Let's just switch gears completely. Just talk about the seniors. You know, you got a big group, which is always a nice thing to see, that guys have stuck it out for the full 4 years or 2, depending if they're transfers, all that. But talk about the senior class. You know, what they've meant to this program.
You know, you know, up until this year, you know, and they've been great. It's just, you know, no, this isn't what anybody wanted. You know, and so. But you know, they've done their part. They've been really good football players for us. Most of them have been great leaders for us. You know, you look at a kid like Mason Wissey, who's been a maybe 2 or 3 time team captain. You know, he's done everything we've asked him to do. You know, Anthony Jackson, Derek Harris, Travion Jones, all those guys up front on defense have been stalwarts for what we've been doing for a long time. You know, Travion came as an offensive lineman. You know, but you know, and then Ray Watson on defense, and you think of all the guys on offense, you know, like Hunter Daly and Nick Jackson. You know, those guys. It seems like those guys have been playing here
forever.
for years.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. Right, like 35.
Right, you know,
closer to Social Security.
You know, and Grant Smallwood and Jesse Bade and Colin Lentz. I mean, you know, Colin shows up for practice every day after a Saturday, and something new is taped. You know, you know, he's held together right now. We
just a
duct
mummy
tape
right
and
now.
super glue. You know, basically that's where Colin's at. But you know, he comes to my office every week and says, "Yeah, we only got 2 more, coach. I'm going to be good." I'm like, "Are you really going to be good?" Don't. He finally said, "Just quit asking me."
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I'll make it one way or another.
Yeah. Right? And Sam Mossman and Hunter Daly and Trey Bennett and you know, it's Amos Johnson. You know, those guys that, you know, you see them each and every day, and then pretty soon we're not going to see them each and every day, and it's going to be different. And you know, we say this every year that, you know, they're the guys that, you know, you just one more year. You know, I think if we just have one more year, it would be even better. And unfortunately, at the college level, you don't get that, and at the high school level, you don't get that. When it's their time, it's their time, and you know, we really feel that all these kids are going to be successful in whatever they choose to do, and we're very thankful for what they've brought to our program.
Yeah, definitely. Finally, I guess I always ask about, you know, the keys to the game. You know, anything additional that.
One more time.
Go ahead.
Cooper Gosh. You know, is a young man that.
I knew you were going to forget. So I should probably go through the list, because I know you started going through the list. I'm like, we're going to forget somebody. That I'm not
you know, and Cooper's a very special kid to us, in the fact that, you know, he's had some health issues, and such a tough kid. He just tried to get it out, and they finally figured out what was going on, and for Cooper's long-term health, he just decided that it was time. And so, but Cooper, you know, he, instead of shutting it down and not doing anything, he's been a great, I mean, we made him a student assistant for us, and what a great addition he's been to our coaching staff. You know, he sees a lot on Saturdays that help us, and he does a lot during the week to help us get ready to play games. So, you know, he hasn't, it didn't end like he wanted it to necessarily on the field, but what he's done for us as far as being a student coach, and hopefully, you know, on into the future as coaching, and so we're super excited that Cooper's with us, but we were sad this year when he had made the decision that, you know, it was time to not play anymore and just you know, try and get ready for his future, and man, he's done a great job.
Yeah, definitely. Again, I mean, any keys to this weekend? I mean, the biggest part, I'm sure the seniors are going to go all out. I mean, they still have 1 game left, and a huge one against Grandview and all that. But, you know, last one.
Well, this is their last game at Lacey Complex. Yeah. You know, and so, you know, you want to send them out on a good note. You know, you want good memories of this, and you know, we've talked to the kids. I mean, there's no doubt we have 2 games left. You know, this week we play for the seniors, and next week we go play for the trophy. Yeah. And so, you know, the seniors mean a lot to the kids on our football team right now, and I know that we'll show up on Saturday and be ready to go. And you know, we really hope people come out early. You know, we're going to do the seniors at 11:35,
right.
and you know, come in the game early. Let's recognize these seniors and send them out the way they deserve to be sent out.
Definitely. All right. Well, like Coach said, 11:35 will be senior day, so definitely get there before then. Don't walk in as they're
right.
as they're walking out. But definitely catch the seniors and catch the Statesmen against the Yellow Jackets tomorrow. Noon start out at Lacey Complex if you can't be there. Obviously, everything's on statesmanathletics.com. So, all right, best of luck.
Very
Coach.
good. Thank you very much.
Thanks.